himself, he said, across his glove. The department basically disowns himself as much as possible. I don't view that as even remotely fair. I'm not sure which. Ow. Oh. I sent this to Rob Ryan. Send it to the boys. I don't mind that at all. Even with this little social media shit, I don't mind that at all. Yeah. Benjamin, where are you? Tony. Nope, that's not him. It's like you're doing the right. We'll just leave that up. That's my only. That's my only live mic right now.
On one side of the court, we have the pride of the Mount Allison University. Please welcome your Mount Allison Melodies! Now, we ask you to please rise, remove your hats, and join us in showing respect for our country's national. Number 3, Spencer Russell. Number 6, Darrell Bedminster. Number 8, Zachary Dawkins. 14, Sherrill Tomlinson. 15, Owen Parsons. For your man, Allison Body, let's give a warm welcome to number 2, Kwame Icy. Number 5, Lance Lumberjack. 6, Jonas Monroe. Number 7, Brendan Devereaux. Number 14, standing at 6'6", Ryan Torres.
And happy Sunday, Mounties fans and Hurricanes fans. Welcome to ACAA action here on ACAA.tv. I'm Dave Tingley, joining you here from the brand spanking new Mount A Gymnasium here, and I am back on the call for you this year for some Mounties action, and I'm happy for it. The Hurricanes come in off a tight 1-point loss last night in Crandall to the Chargers. Mount A tipping off their season here. And they're a little banged up, and we're going to get to that as it was Ryan Norris on the jump, and we'll hit you with the starting lineups here as we get going. Rossiter last night coming off a 33-point outing on 29 shots, though. He'll look to be more efficient here as a scorer here today in the gym against the Mounties, but putting it on the floor and finishing with the right hand, Jareel Tomlinson. The real deal on that spin move. Lance Mumberket and the handoff to Monroe. Monroe's going to pop a 3. And the 5th-year vet comes up short. Rebounded there by Owen Parsons on the push. That was Zach Dawkins taking him baseline. Good defense there from Ryan Norris, cutting off Tomlinson that time. The first-year player out of Ajax, 6'8", for these Hurricanes. As we know, they reload every year. Mumberket fakes the handoff, turns the corner, knocked away nicely from behind by Rossiter. 4th-year player from Summerside, PEI. As we said last night, big 30-point outing for him. And a narrow loss at Crandall. Crandall looks very good. Oh, Mumberket takes the feed from Monroe on the out of bounds. Can't finish the righty layup, and then to exacerbate the issues, Monroe with a quick early one here. You see the wrap on his shoulder. He's a little banged up. Toughing it out. He said nothing a couple of Advil couldn't fix for him, so he's going to be out here toughing it out, as is Norris. He's a little banged up himself. You'll see Simba Bora Jr. not in the lineup tonight. That spin move, baseline by Parsons, and now 2 of those nice little spin moves baseline with a righty finish for the Hurricanes. Good roll from Mumberket. Mumberket hangs and finishes. And 1. Lance Mumberket. His first regular season points as a Mountie, the transfer from CBU, and we're lucky to have him. He was a wanted commodity in the transfer portal, for lack of a better term everybody can understand. Finishes that 3-point play. Lance brings a little bit of everything to the table for your Mounties. He can put the ball on the deck. He can shoot it. 3-level scorer, and he's a tough defender as well. Oh, beautiful time on the cut from Dawkins. He collects and gets it to Rossiter. Rossiter, 5 threes last night on 16 attempts from deep. Makes his first tonight. Early 7-3 lead for the Hurricanes. The crossover from Asidu back to Brendan Deverex. Deverex puts it on the deck, gets it wiped away, and it's going to be off of Deverex going the other way. That's twice now the quick hands of Spencer Rossiter cause problems for the Mounties. Got to put that ball away, tuck it away like a football when you're splitting the defense like that. Deverex at the point of attack. Big lineup here. No bigs for the Mounties, but length on the wings. Deverex there guarding a much smaller player. Nicely defended there on the screen roll that time. Parsons couldn't get his feet together. Asidu, little mouse in the house on Parsons there. He catch and shoot three. He looked good in warm-ups from three. Did Kwame. Off to the right on that one. Oh, tries to take a risk stepping in there. Doesn't come up with it, and they pay for it. And that's Dawkins with the 2. And it's timeout Mounties here early, 9-3. So as we said, new look for these Hurricanes, and pardon me, excuse me to Darrell Bedminster for one thing. Fans, early in the season, the teams have some rough spots, and so do the announcers. So I will be fighting a little bit with my 50-year-old poor eyesight here from our top spot position to make sure I get the numbers right on your Holland College Hurricanes. So I messed up a little bit there. Darrell Bedminster, I apologize to your wife and kids and family on messing you up a little bit, but I'll get it right from now on. Ian, don't laugh at me.
Hey, I'm just laughing because I'm doing the same thing over here with the tech on this stuff. New software, new computers, so I'm trying to stay on top of this. And it's
joined by Ian Allen, fans.
Things.
Ian Allen, you all know Ian Allen. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Ian Allen on the call with me. Ian knew me back when I went here and played here. And so if I criticize something too heavily, he'll probably remind me of a game back in, 1999 where
Well, we got to keep it honest and entertaining.
Listen, not too honest, though. All right?
Fair enough.
No, they don't have to know all the dirty details.
It doesn't mean I remember all of them either.
So for all y'all that don't know, I played here back for Coach Chappie back in the 90s and early 2000s. Had look, let's face it, a Hall of Fame career. And for a Hall of Fame coach. And I'm happy to be back on the mic. I love this. Norris now gets his first chance to handle it. He's going to pop a 3, and he can shoot that. In and out. Deverex couldn't corral the rebound. It popped to Rossiter. He pushes the pace and hands it off to Parsons. Parsons finishes with the left, and he's got a couple early buckets. Pushing the pace. Got away with one there. Monroe threw the pass and then dropped to his knees as he saw Deverex wasn't looking. But that's got to be something. You're running ahead of the ball. I know Coach Mitch Weber wants these guys to play with pace. They got a mismatch on that switch with Monroe. They didn't go to it. Now he's got it at the nail. What's he going to do? Back inside to Mumbercat. Nice look in these tight Mount A rims in this gym. It's not the last time you're going to see a soft righty layup pop out. These rims, they need to be dunked on a few more times, these brand new rims. The tip in on the weak side. Jareel Tomlinson off to a good start. That was a bouncy finish from him. And the lead now double digits for the Hurricanes. Monroe gonna pop a wing 3, and it's good. His name is Jonas. 3 for him, 13-6 now the lead. Good ball movement there. No hesitation from Norris at the top. He found his man on the wing. Spinning inside. The rejection, but early. The hand was in the cookie jar from Deverex. The fans don't like it. It's a good call. He got him down low and then blocked the shot up top. That's why it's tough to do. You get your hands. That's why you got to fight to keep your hands wide defensively, especially on a guy like Rossiter. He's got that James Harden kind of action to him where he holds that ball out and you think you can swipe it from him. But he's got control of it, and all he's going to do is just get that ball up on the rim and go to the line. 1 for 2 at the line. Good job by Mumbercat tapping that ball to Monroe. And back come the Mounties, using that high screen from Norris. Gets a matchup he likes, but again, the ball knocked away from by Rossiter. He hangs but can't finish. The rebound, Deverex with the block. It bounces again nicely for the Hurricanes, this time to Bedminster, and he finishes with the right hand. And the lead right back to 10. Asidu gets the handoff from Monroe, attacks. Nice move. Yeah, he's going to take the step first. He wanted Deverex, and he had him. Deverex was sealing on the opposite side, but just didn't come to that 2-foot stop.
Yeah, Dave, we got a couple of quick shout-outs from on our YouTube chat. Just make sure make sure my levels are good. Noah Lenihan, he's still hanging out in Northampton, UK.
Noah.
And it's just nice to hear you on the call. Glad to hear that. And we got a Nate 583. I'm not sure who it is. Nice to have you back, Mr. Tingley.
I know who that is. That's Nate Dogg.
Oh, okay, and let's hope the deuces start dropping, and hi to me as well. So.
That's Nathan Ayer. You know Nathan Ayer.
Okay, I just haven't seen that handle before.
That's exactly right, Nate Ayer. And good call.
Were you definitely you?
There you go. Jonas Monroe drops a deuce for you, Nathan.
We're used to regular comments on it from Nate for sure. From Nathan for sure.
Jeriel Tomlinson gave the lead back to 10, or gave a 12-point lead, pardon me, to the Hurricanes on the other end. But yes, the great Noah Lenihan, the best manager in the history of Mount A sports. With all apologies to Trevor Fisher. 3 from Kwame Asidu. Tickles the strings. It's a 7-point lead here for the Hurricanes. Just in case Trevor's listening. Trevor and Peach out there in Alberta, if you're listening.
They have been known to drop comments on some of our games.
I'm sure they might be listening, so I'm going to owe Trevor an apology here, I bet. There we go. And a 7-point lead now and a turnover by the Hurricanes. Did they call a timeout? I don't think they did. I think it was presuming one, but none was called.
Just some changes to get the bodies out, give Parsons a bit of a rest.
There you go.
They've been making great use of him, his size advantage down in that low post so far.
Yeah, and he was known really as a three-point guy, but he has got that size to dominate down low, and he has so far. Norris from the corner, in and out, all the tip from Umbercat doesn't go. Trevor Doucette onto the floor for the Mounties, trying to hunt down that rebound, couldn't do it. Second-year player from Moncton High School. 3 from the wing from Rossiter's long, the long rebound. No box out there. Jaden Martin new onto the floor for the Hurricanes. Corrals it. Good ball movement from the Hurricanes. 3 from the corner, no good. Follows his own shot as the Mounties could not corral that rebound. And doing a good job crashing from that side there was Vashon Ford. Pardon me, excuse me, that is Rossiter. Excuse me, I was looking at 13. That's Rossiter again, who has no problem getting shots up. 29 of them, as we said last night, in the 1-point loss to Holland. Jackson Wark going to check in, the first-year player from Sussex. He is a tough dude. Good to see him getting some early minutes. Love watching him play for the Sonics at the Hoop Classic in Moncton. Also Hudson McGregor on the floor as well for Mounties. Excuse me, missed the sub there. Little pressure here from the Hurricanes. Recognizing, I think, Mount A's down a couple of guards. Nice pass from Doucette. Umbercat couldn't finish, but nice job corralling that rebound. Another open 3 for Norris. Can't get going yet. Another rebound for Umbercat, though. He's going to find Norris again. He's going to drive. Oh, the miracle finish. Oh, heat things up is Jack Frost. Gets that one to go, and he's going to go to the line for the 3-point play. He got met at the summit. And that was a tough finish on the and-one for Mr. Norris. There's that pretty release that he's got. And you love to see a scorer like him see the ball go through the basket. Hasn't shot it from 3 well so far in this first quarter. You want him shooting those open 3s. Oh, nice work from Wark at the top. He's going to take it. He's going to get hit. He's going to go to the line. Jackson Wark doing Jackson Wark things there at the top of the key on that zone. He is a bulldog. They only know how to play one way. This is the first, though. They're going to need contributions Simba Bawara Jr. looks like he's out, and we haven't even mentioned Christian Hager yet. First-year guard from Brantford, started the preseason off very promisingly running this offense. He's still hurt. 0 for 2 at the line. There goes, oh, I thought for a second there Doucette in the corner was going to run that down. He's late getting back. Oh, he met. Really good job by Doucette, though, getting back. He met Khalil Smith. Down low, chest to chest. Forced him to throw it wildly on the 45, and he's going to check out, and Zach Dawkins, 4th year from Edmonton, Alberta, checks back in for the Hurricanes.
Coach Kendrick just wants to get things settled down a little bit and under control.
Back to the starters a little bit for sure, yeah. A couple of turnovers here of late, giving the Mounties a little life. Little two-person game here. Oh, the back door look to work. Yeah, get out the goggles, Lance. You deserve it. Pretty look, 4-point game. Wark running that baseline cut. Beautiful stuff from him. And Mumberket, so skilled, found him. Oh, you can't help off him, but he didn't make him pay. Jesse Dalrymple, also a good shooter. First-year player out of Selma, Nova Scotia. Didn't get that 3 to go. It was a little flat. So 4-point game here, and the Mounties are off to a rough start. Have really settled things down. Defensively, that zone's gotten them a couple turnovers. They've gotten to the line a little bit, got a couple layups. Mumberket now running that screen with Doucette. Likes what he sees, attacks, gets to Monroe in the low post. Monroe backs it out. Back to McGregor. McGregor's going to pop a 3. He can shoot that. Oh, comes up short. Wark tried to jump that outlet pass, but made its way to Martin. Playing catch over there, the Hurricanes. Another lefty 3. This one's short. Again, though, the Hurricanes doing a job down low, and it's Parsons and Jarrell Tomlinson causing issues down there. Taking it to the hole hard. Monroe got hit twice. No call somehow. I'm not regularly a homer, but oh my goodness. I don't know about that one, Ian.
I'm not so sure, but all he got sort of was a bit of a blank stare from the official.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah,
so
well.
It's been a while since I've refereed, but I did referee 18 years.
I think you would have called that one, Ian.
Right up to senior amen.
I'm guessing you would have called that one.
I would have, but then the official had an interview than I had, so we have to go with what they had.
Well, I'm going to tell
whether we like it or not is another question.
You're being democratic. I'm going to say it was a bad call. Nice defense
diplomatic
at the other end. Oh, Mumberket did a great job sliding sideways to avoid the charge there. One thing about Lance is he's always under control.
Yeah.
And that's what you love to see from a guy that's going to have the ball in his hands as much as he is this year. He's going to be a big decision maker along with Joe on the wing. Yeah. And he's always under control. Did a great job, like I say, sliding by that.
Yeah, he slid to the left on that last step and forced the defender to shift with him.
Yep.
Automatically out of position, almost automatically out of position on that one.
Yep. Beautiful stuff from in and out on the second one. Almost tipped. And there's Wark down there. Love seeing him get minutes here early. This guy, I've watched him play since he was a young kid. Lance on the rise and fire, doesn't get it to go. But Tomlinson was reaching in there. And is that his first or his second? We're going to see here on the board. Or was it Tomlinson? Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it was Zach Dawkins. In any event, it's his second. Yeah, it looks like it's on Dawkins. That's his second. Hurricanes have committed 5 now, so Mounties have not put Hurricanes in the bonus just yet here as we get down to under a minute left in the first quarter. 22-21 now, the Hurricanes. Nice job for the Mounties getting back in this game. And now coming back to Spencer Rossiter.
And just a quick reminder on our graphics where we're showing team fouls up there below the scores. That graphic will not show higher than 5, but as soon as it's hit 5, the other team will be shooting bonus.
There you go. Hurricanes still playing catch. He wants it again there, does Dalrymple, out of bounds. And this is Yeah, and you can see Rossiter gesturing to his fellow guards. Let's get it both sides. Mounties have done a good job just keeping that ball on one side, and it's been just 2-3 passes shot here for the Hurricanes since they went to that zone. Monroe from the other wing doesn't go, hits the clock. He's feeling it a little bit, though. Mounties are always better when Joe Monroe gets his shots and Ryan Norris are getting their shots and Lance Mumberkett are getting their shots. Those three, really got to play through those three this year. Those three are going to be high-volume scores for these Mounties, and when they are, it makes them a much better team. Because all three of them are also so unselfish, that harassing defense from Wark and an excuse me three late in the clock. Rossiter got it to go, and he was almost apologetic about it when it went in. Wark was way up on him. Wark, in fact, wanted a 5-second call. He thought he was guarding him close enough where he could get that 5-second call.
It was close on that for sure. Definitely pressure was there. It was great to see, but he said, my brain shut down on names again.
That's all right.
Yeah, can't find my brain again. But yeah, he's just the Hurricane player on that one. Basically, he will take the odd out. He will shoot outside a bit, but doesn't do it a lot. But he does have a good release on his shots. But still, I can understand apologizing for that one a little bit. Just going.
Yeah, that was.
I'll take it, but
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, but all in all, after that start that they had, the Mounties did a very solid job in that. Towards the middle of that quarter, made an adjustment, went to his zone.
Yep.
And really, the subs that came in off the bench, I want to give a little bit of shout out to, because really, I want to shout out not just because I know his dad and he's in the crowd and it'll get me some flowers from people, but really Trevor Doucette is a guy that I think came in last year kind of as an afterthought. He was a walk-on kind of thing, and then in the summer I saw him play at the NBA. The BMB had a summer league for some of the kids that were local, and Trevor's team made the final in that. And you could see he was a bench player for Mount A last year, right?
Yeah.
So then, in that summer league, it was a lot of, the starters for the starting backcourt for UMB and the starters for here, and so they looked at Trevor and went, oh, okay, let's get a switch on to him. And so these 20-point-a-game AUS, scores were let's run a pick and roll, get me onto him. And Trevor contained his defense was terrific, and his team won won that first edition of that summer league, in no small part to how he's made himself into a really good defender, such a good defender that he's really forced his way into the lineup. And to see Jackson Wark give the Mounties such good minutes.
Wark stepping in as a first-year guard, it's like the energy he's putting on that floor is insane.
Right.
It's great to see.
Yeah, so the energy, that's something that these guys need alongside the scorers like Jonas, who misses the wing three again. That one, I would love to see Jonas turn that corner on that one instead of pulling up for that three off balance. He's much better when he's got his feet underneath him. Two-man game down low, well defended there by Doucette, but it found its way to the corner, and Joe Monroe's holding his head there going, he knows the mistake he made on that closeout. And again, guess who? It's Rossiter finishing that three, and he's going to go to the line for the three-point play. So had it down to 1 point, and then at the buzzer of the first quarter, and then
the thing is with both these teams, if you blink, all of a sudden the score is not the same as it was.
Well, I mean,
and both can know the Hurricanes, and for sure, but Mount A has also got a number of players that can basically, if they get hot, there's hardly anybody in the league that can stop them.
Well, listen, the Mounties got down 37 points to the Chargers in Crandall in their last preseason game down there. Ooh. And then Ryan, Mr. Norris went on a heater, and all of a sudden made a three with about a minute and a half left to make it 88-85. So I mean, the Mounties they can explode.
Some of it's confidence level for them is just getting familiar with the other guys on the floor right now, because there are a lot of new players on this squad.
100%. Well, I mean, you look at the youth on the squad. I mean, it's Jonas Monroe, 5th year. Gabe Powder in his 4th year, Ryan Norris 3rd year. Everybody else is 1-2, right? So there's definitely a degree. Oh boy, the threes are going in now for the Hurricanes. And that one was Darrell Bedminster. He's off to a good start. So this lead right back up to 11. 2 threes in a 4-point play. There's Deverex's first shot of the game, really his first look. One of the best percentage-wise 3-point shooters in the ACAA last year. Good close there from Doucette, and Norris snags the rebound. He's going to initiate the offense. Gets all the way into the key, lays it up and good. Norris shakes his head like you can't guard me. That's what you want to see Ryan I'd like to see him start the game off with a lot of times instead of just sitting at the 3-point line, accepting, like, he's a great shooter, okay, but a guy like him, he is just as talented off the bounce as he is from the 3-point
taking
line.
that ball, driving in through the keys, actually when he's stepping in, is going to open up that outside shot even more for them because they have to respect that first step on him.
And he's got those long limbs, the extension he's got. You can't, like, that shot was never going to be blocked. Oh, the hustle there down low from Mumberket. Right back at him come the Mounties. Deverex now. He's going to pop a 3. That's his shot, but no, long on that one. And Parsons collects another rebound. Back to Parsons, and like I said, he can make that when he's got a pretty shot and it goes. Yeah, Parsons doing work down low and from the 3-point line for the Hurricanes. And really the story is the 3-point line in this half so far for Holland. Switching defense there from the Hurricanes. Mumberket now in the rise and fire from 3. That one's no good. Mounties can't quite get the shot going from distance the same way as their counterparts so far. Sharing is carrying to the corner for that man again, Rossiter. And a timeout now needed by the Mounties as that lead has swelled suddenly. 38-24. 22-21.
Over to the main screen again. There we go. Yeah.
Multitasking, Ian.
My brain is melting. It's always good.
Your brain, listen, your brain's been melting since 1995 when I started here. So I don't know how you're still functioning at this point.
Sometimes I wonder.
On the step back. Oh, that looked good from my spot. Work. I think he's been sent out to. I think he's specifically been sent out here to play man on Rossiter. Oh, the challenge! I was about to say he's been put into a terrible spot there because he had to leave Spencer Rossiter wide open in the corner to go challenge, but got the block shot out of bounds. So we'll see. I'm trying to see what Coach Mitch Weber's talking to Norris about. A nice give and go inside. That's been a real bright spot for Holland. Tomlinson He scored it a couple times, but he has really dropped some nice dimes to Parsons there as well. So his skill to go along with all that size. Wark back to Deverex. Deverex fakes the three, makes the three. Deverex missed his first two. That one was big. Play call here from Coach Kendrick. They want to go right back inside. Yep, saw that coming. Wark comes down and hits Parsons. Yeah, they're finding themselves in single coverage down there with Parsons. So this play, whatever this play was, and for those of you that, this is not a visual medium.
That's a low post.
Slamming the post, slamming the fist against the palm. I'm guessing that's, that's bring a cross screen, bring Parsons to the ball and let him go to work because they're only doing single coverage.
Monroe's a great defender, but it just height-wise he almost he can match up reasonably well.
Yeah.
But physical size is where Parsons just owns that lower blocks.
Exactly, and I mean he had that. He went to that spin back to the left. I thought for sure he was just going to lay it in left-handed, but he went with a double move, and Wark was able to come over and hit him. But so 1 for 2 at the line. Saved a point there for the Mounties. Asidu back in, Kwame for the Mounties. Joining Wark and Deverex and Mumberket and Monroe. Wark on the pullback. He's not going to get it. Mumberket likes his matchup, and I like it too, and he drives it and scores. Sometimes you think you get a little guy on you on the perimeter as a bigger guy. That's not a mismatch, but Mumberket is so smart with how he uses his body. He knows he's going to be able to turn the corner, and Wark picks off that lazy cross-court pass and finishes. Jackson Wark. Yeah, he's getting some flowers from Asidu. He loves to see that, and Jackson Wark has brought the Mounties back within 10. I've watched enough Sussex games to know you can't make that lazy cross-court pass against the Sonic.
I don't think you've been able to do that for decades
against
them, guys or girls.
No, I don't believe so. Jackson Wark made easy work of that one, and the lead's back down to 10. So the Mounties turned a corner here in the first quarter, and when they got down 10, bigger, and brought it back to 2 points. So getting this lead inside 10 here to half is nice, but like we talked about how explosive the Hurricanes are, you want to make this as tight as possible. So it's really been the defensive work when they don't catch themselves with a mismatch down low. They've been causing problems for the Hurricanes. So keep that ball out of the paint is a priority for the Mounties right now.
Yeah, shout out to our YouTube chat box. Michael Norris says, "Let's go Mounties, hoping for good season." And Mr. Arrogance is Parsons looking like an old school ref. Kevin McHale down low.
Oh,
it's just
geez, simmer down, Nate.
Nice.
Kevin McHale?
When you take the league adjustments into place, I can see the reference. Just because he's down there, Parsons is calm and just basically goes about it, does his business.
True.
And that's basically was McHale's bread and butter.
Absolutely.
But McHale is another level above a lot of people.
We put a little too much mustard on the hot dog that one, Nate. But I'm gonna accept it. I'm glad you're here talking to us. So I'm not gonna make too much fun of you. Rosser on the kick-out end of that three-pointer that time, no good. Mounties didn't clean up the boards, but a miss that time from Martin. And they do work, pushing the pace, finds Jonas. Jonas lost it a little bit going up. But Jason Tomlinson, pardon me. Jason. I went and got the pronunciation on that and still screwed it up. Jason knocked it out of bounds, back to the Mounties. Now a little I like this matchup here. Parsons guarding Mumberket. Finds Monroe open on the wing. Good nice work down low on the other side by Wark, collecting that rebound. He drives baseline, finds Deverex. Deverex gets stuck, back up to Mumberket. Finds its way to Monroe. Monroe, he's going to drive. Physical defense there from Holland. And Monroe had to try to get one up at the buzzer. Hit the side of the backboard. 4:32 left first quarter. Hurricanes 41-31. Over the Mounties. Asidu. Thought for a second was going to try to step in and take that one. Yeah. Little happy feet on the foul line extended there from Tomlinson. He walks back to the Mounties. They have another shot to bring it within 10. Norris joins the floor again. Wark, Norris, Monroe, Mumberket, and Asidu. Wark now, he's being guarded by Parsons. He's going to pop a three and make it. And how about the first half from Jackson Wark? Energizing this team and this crowd here with his work. Good defense there from Norris, cutting off Rossiter, but Rossiter found Tomlinson inside, and third-year player from Ajax, Ontario, he's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Try to push this lead back out. Parsons now, he's going to check out. Vashon Ford, fifth-year player from Mississauga, checks in for the Hurricanes. And Tomlinson, for sure called the bank on that. Definitely heard it from here. There are no pictures on the score sheet, Ian. There's no pictures on the score sheet. Oh, he almost banked in a second. Oh, Wark had it knocked away, but collected by Norris, and Mounties have a little bit of an advantage. Asidu, he attacks. Good find, and Mumberket attacks the closeout. He finds Wark, and Wark hit another one from the other wing. Oh, no. And Mumberket able to knock it loose. Oh boy. I forget there's a term from that. The boys up in the boys on that podcast have a good term for it. Now I've forgotten it. It's not coming to my mind.
And well, since we got the new boards and stuff in here a couple of years ago, I think this is the first or second time I've seen that happen.
Oh yeah.
But that's it.
Those the rims here, I'm not joking. We need to get some more hammer dunks on these rims to loosen them up a little bit. We've got more layups and nice three-pointers popping out on these rims. Missed finger roll there. And a nice little slow-down take from Mumberket off the miss at one end from Martin. Mounties with a smart push. And you see what I'm talking about there. Mumberket, he's got that. He can go hard to the rim, but he's got that. If you cut him off, he's got so many of those clever slow down, Euro step, angle moves.
Angle changes and under control.
Yep.
Even when he's driving hard, he keeps himself under control physically, and so which gives him an advantage coming in on any defensive player.
And if you watch what he's great at, if you watch kids, he's short on the second one, so 0 for 2 at the line. What he's great at is having his head up all the time.
Yep.
His eyes are on the rim, which kids really have a tough time mastering. Oh boy, another wild three.
Yeah, just got to have confidence on where that ball is in your hand. Once you get to that point, that's when you can start focusing on primarily on what's in front of you, which you need to do at higher levels.
And Khalil Smith was the one that gathered that wild miss for Holland. Monroe. Nice pass. Mumberket had it swiped away though nicely from Dawkins. Dawkins on the push. Oh, and the block from the side. They're going to say he got him with the body, I guess, but Jackson Wark again with the denial. Terrific stuff from Jackson Wark. Now, we haven't seen Luke Riley into the game, the first-year guard from Harvey. He's kind of the more heralded, I would say, to lack of a better term, of the first-year guards over Jackson, although Jackson, of course, had a stellar career at Sussex. Provincial champion Luke at FHS comes in with a stellar defensive rep, just like Jackson. They're going to call a line violation, in a little bit early. But Luke, I know has been banged up a little bit, so I'm guessing I'll try to find out at halftime. I know he's had a bad wrist, a thumb, so I'm guessing they're sitting him out today. Yeah,
this game wouldn't be one to have if you have any physical issues. This is not a good matchup for that at all.
Let's not throw in a guy with a bad thumb. Let's not risk things early in the season, especially when you got a guy like Jackson who's obviously ready to play. Oh, they're going to call Joe for steps. I didn't really see that.
Yeah, just picked up that pivot foot just before he put the ball down out of his hand.
All right.
It's one of those bang plays.
Good to have a good ref here in the booth with me. Well, a ref anyway.
Yeah. And he was looking right at it, so we called it. So we got to go with it.
Yeah. You're more accepting than I am. I'm going to give these. I know.
You should hear the voices inside my head. Sometimes not so polite, which is why I try and keep them there. There we go.
Boy, they are doing
nice
work on the offensive glass. That's going to be a charge, though. Well done by guess who? Wark doing work down low defensively.
Block.
I can't believe they called it a block. Oh well. Jackson checks out after some stellar minutes. Looks like he's got 3. Yeah, that's his 3rd foul. And I did not. To be fair, I got that was tongue in cheek. I did not see the bang bang on it. I was kind of blocked. Jackson's body position was blocked, so by another player. So I couldn't see whether that was a proper call or not. We'll give him the benefit of a doubt on that one.
It was close either way, but
yeah, those ones are.
Most of the gym didn't necessarily agree with the official on that one, and that's going to happen some days.
The block charge is the toughest call in sports, not just basketball. That's the toughest ref call in sports. The block charge. It is. Half the people are going to be mad, and half the people are going to be happy every single time. Monroe looking to. Yeah, I got it knocked away that time. He was looking to take Fabian Colley there, first-year player from Halifax. And reaching in that time, looks like it's Martin on the. Oh, yeah, that's his second. They're not going to call it on the. They're going to call it on. Oh boy. Okay. I know these refs, so I hope they go back and listen to them. The number of times I've questioned them so far in the app. This is a stellar refereeing crew, though. We should say this is the best. This is one of the best groups you could possibly have. Norris to Doucette. Doucette with the lefty. Isaiah Hartenstein type floater. Kind of rushed it a little bit, though. He had more time than he thought. It's a 12-point game, 1:35 clock running first half here. And a wing 3 again, back rim that time by Smith. Good push from Norris up to Momberket. Momberket had it sent back the other way. Hustling back defensively was Fabian Colley, and inside 2 points that time, Khalil Smith. So the lead now back to its biggest, 14. Momberket can't finish the lefty lay-in. Pardon me, Doucette can't finish the lefty lay-in. So some bunnies missed now here of late for the Mounties. That's causing a problem offensively. Really, this game feels like it should be closer, but just not the finishing touch here so far in the first half for the Mounties. Three's not going in at a high percentage, and they've missed some bunnies. Nice work there to get it to Doucette, who finishes that little fadeaway. Asidu, he had that pass tipped, but good hands from Doucette to collect and score. And the lead down to 12, and a stop and a score here. Get it back to 10 would be nice for Mount A. Boy, just can't do anything down low with these big guys, and Ford has just controlled the glass since he's come in the game. So active down there offensively. By my count, that's at least 5 offensive boards in this quarter for Ford. Momberket on the curl. The nice find to Monroe. Monroe's going to pop a 3. It's long. Doucette there fighting with Parsons. Nicely done by Trevor Doucette. He makes himself a problem on that weak side, on that glass every time, does Trevor Doucette. Consistent effort. So the Mounties got a play call here. Gonna send Norris out, and there comes Momberket around. Saw it coming. Lovely execution for the Mounties. Lead down to 12. Timeout by Coach Kendrick and the Holland Hurricanes. So Mitch Rowley in his second year here, leading these Mounties, joined by Ryan Chase, a former girls coach here, along with Sam Drummond and Sam Moore. And a young staff, still getting their still getting their feet in this league, but Mitch, real good young coach, was coaching at Crandall before he came here under Todd McKillop. And Todd's strength at Crandall certainly is getting the right players in and developing them. And I know Mitch trying to pattern himself off of that a little bit, certainly getting young guys. You look at Crandall, the young guys that they've gotten from smaller New Brunswick schools and developed them on through.
Yeah, that's something that they've been very good with, and Mitch has been bought into that program considerably. And Holton has brought that mentality across to here as well. You can see the young squad he's got there. There's some excellent players right now, but the thing is, they've all still got some development to do just to get a little smoother at this level.
Well, look,
but they're stepping up already. It's crazy. The difference.
I mean, the jump from high school to college is a massive one for these kids. Like, I went through it myself. I was a point guard coming out of high school and came here and
learned it wasn't so easy.
And was a turnover machine for half of my first season, to the point where I couldn't be played for stretches, and then adapted and became a two guard. And sometimes that's how you just got to learn. But you get the right kids in, and then they adapt. And certainly Wark and Riley, and again Trevor Doucette as the last shot of the half curls off. Good defense there from your Mounties as they go into the halftime break. Stuck 12, but this is a could-be-worse situation, Ian. I think this was they struggled to put the ball in the hole, and they did a poor job securing the defensive glass. So
especially in the second quarter,
100%. So really some easy things you can go into the locker room and say, guys, here's what we got to work on. So. It's good that they're within 12. This could be worse given, the three-point percentage, the three-point shots that were going in early. They did a much better job defending that three in the second quarter too. So, fans, first game of the year, got some kinks to work out up here in the booth with me and on the floor. So, no worries. We got a second half to play.
Yep.
20 more minutes. So we'll see you back here in 14 and a half.
Sounds good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back for the second half of Game 1 of the Mount Allison Mounties new season on the men's side. The girls fell in a tight game to the Holland Hurricanes earlier this afternoon to start their season. The guys looking to even the record here with the Hurricanes. Tough first half in a couple of areas has put them into a 12-point deficit, but certainly some stuff to build on in that first half. And going through the crowd, Ian, and talking to some of the fans, they're going, yeah, we're down 12, but they like what they see. They like it's a team with a lot of length and a lot of versatility and a lot of, they like how some of these players, and of course, a lot of the discussion was Jackson Warwick, how this team has a bit of a dog to them and an edge to it that's going to really help out as this season goes along. So young team looking to build. Not the best first half. Let's see how the second half starts. And there's Rossiter. That's his first miss from three, and that one looked pretty good, but good challenge there by the Mounties on the wing. Mumberket back to Monroe. Monroe pops a three. Side rims it. And the push from the Hurricanes. Deverex gets back, but he bounces it right to Parsons. And Parsons, two more for him. And he is up to 16 on the night already. And a careless turnover gives it right back to Holland. So the shooting percentages tell a big story in the first half. 19 for 37, almost 50%, over 50%, pardon me, were the Hurricanes. The Mounties down around 35%, 14 for 36. And it was misses from in close and from distance. 4 for 15 only from three. Nice defense there, Mumberket. Mumberket on the push. He likes what he's got in front of him. Nice move. Another block. Monroe coming to try and finish. Can't get it to go and loses it out of bounds. Good effort there, Jonas Monroe. But another beautiful block. And we have numbers on him on blocks. We're shortchanging that guy on blocks right now, Mr. Tomlinson. That is certainly not his first of the game, but according to the stats it is. Oh, and a nice hang and finish that time from Rossiter, and Rossiter also with 16. Monroe uses that body, gets into the paint and finishes. That's what you want to see from Jonas Monroe. He got that body into that defender on the baseline and finished right through him. Let's see if that gets Joe Monroe going a little bit. He had a quiet first half. Baseline drive. Norris comes over and blocks that one. Asidu on the push. He can't finish. Good challenge there inside from Dawkins, making him change his shot. So 54-40, 7:54. Clock running. Good 1-2, and Parsons gives it up on the wing to Rossiter. Rossiter missed an open three, not common from him. There was Parsons, got himself into position for that offensive rebound, which was a big problem in the first half for the Mounties. It says 9-2, the advantage on the stat sheet. On the offensive glass in the first half, Deverex comes and gets it. Exchanges with Norris. Norris in the shot fake. Gets into the key, fadeaway, good. Lovely stuff there from Ryan Norris. He had 8, he's in double figures now. Only 6 shots from him so far in this game. If they're gonna come back and win this, I think Norris is gonna have to be more of a volume scorer. Rossiter, he's 0 for 3 to start this third. Mumberket rips that rebound away. Norris on the swing to Asidu. Asidu and the handoff to Deverex. Deverex back to Norris. He's going to pop a three. Yeah, saw that one coming, and it's good. Ryan Norris. Jack Frost heats things up from distance. And that lead now down inside 10 once again. Good defense there from Norris. Knocks it, from Monroe. Up ahead on the pass. Norris to Deverex. The finish, the lead is 7. Time out. Hurricanes. Here come your Mounties. Asidu, he's going to check out. You see Wark. He's going to take a seat. So Jackson Wark off a strong first half is going to get some early minutes here. Talked to Neil Smith over there in the crowd, Ian, at halftime. Former technical director BNB. You know Neil Smith, I'm sure. Technical director of BNB. He's seen all these guys. I looked at him and I said, how about that Jackson Wark? He knows him well. I said, yeah, he just doesn't matter. Just put him in the game.
Yeah, Neil's a strong supporter and strong. He provides a lot of good background and stuff for developing players within the BNB projects.
Yep.
And programs. Still remember him from his high school days.
At Moncton High.
Yep. Oh yeah, I refereed him.
No, I bet you did. How many times did you tee him up? You can be honest. He's thinking about it.
Not sure if I did.
Are you? Oh no, you're the one that didn't. Then you're the one that didn't. No, Neil.
No,
Neil's. I love seeing Neil in the gym. He's always a good. He's just a lover of hoops, man, and he loves a guy who's a gamer like Jackson Wark. And yeah, that was he. Just get him in the game and let him go. He's going to change the game somehow, and he certainly did in that first half on both ends of the floor. And he's back in for minutes here. 7 points on 3 of 4, and 2 steals in that first half.
Yeah, we've seen some nice, good aggressive defense so far in this quarter, but no fouls.
Oh, just can't. Man, they are playing. Mount A is playing 3/4 of a great defensive game. They just can't secure the glass against these guys inside, the Tomlinsons and the Parsons of the bunch, and then another careless one. Just when they go on these runs, it's been a game of runs, and the Mounties have gone on these runs, and then immediately Hurricanes have come back at them. So Hurricanes now still up 9. Dawkins, he's had a quiet game. Plays with Norris a little bit. Can't go now. Mount A's got a 2-on-1 the other way. Mumbercat finds Norris fading to that corner. Wanted that 3, didn't get it. There's Deverex, can't get the bounce on his little fadeaway on the offensive rebound. Bedminster now off to Dawkins. Good defense there, forcing that ball to the corner to Parsons. And that's one where you don't want to help off certain guys at certain times. And Holland forced the help there by putting that ball on the ground, and helping off of Parsons is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Knocked away, found its way to Mumbercat. See,
normally most teams won't mind leaving that big man open in the corners. You cannot do that with Parsons.
Yeah, you can't step in on that, especially in a situation like that where Tomlinson hadn't cleanly beaten the defense there. So Mount A wanted that ball to go back the other way, but it's a proper call there. Clearly knocked out by the Mounties. Yeah, so you got to have that discussion. I mean, look, if he's got an open layup, that's one thing, but he really hadn't beaten his man cleanly on the attack, so it really wasn't necessary to turn your back on Parsons like that, and that's one that goes down for Zach Dawkins. Dawkins coming off a big night last night, but was only 1 for 5 for 4 points the first half, and he's playing with 4 fouls right now. I didn't realize that. Oh, nice attack from Norris, and what? For the 3rd time for Big Ryan Norris. And he's starting to take over a little bit here. Deverex is going to check out. Doucette returns. Doucette had some good minutes in the first half for the Mounties.
Yeah, and it's just, as you said, from his play during the summer, in the summer leagues and stuff, he's just that much more confident, which is the one thing I think he was lacking last year.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's helped his decision process too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the big stat that we said, there were some stats that stuck out, fans. I hadn't gotten to the big one yet. The rebounding stats in the first half read as 26-8. Hey.
Ouch.
Even if we missed a couple, that's still not good. That's an ugly number. That's an 8-second call. Well done. Jackson Work, you love. Kendrick's animated on the sidelines. He was Bedminster didn't understand why he got the 8-second call. And then he looked at his coach, and his coach went, well, because you were doing this. And he did it, miming him, just standing there bouncing the ball. He made it clear. Move the darn ball. Doucette playing catch here with Mumberket. Now Doucette's got a matchup down low he can go to. Yeah, and he traveled.
Just shuffled back to the right a little bit without putting the ball down again.
So Trevor's really made himself into a guy you can play defensively. His next step is this year,
it'll come.
Work on that. Yeah, when you got the ball in your hands, he's a big dude, and he's athletic. Oh, nicely done there by Monroe on the sidelines. Had it knocked away, but got it back and then turned it back over again. Pushing, and it's going to be called on the floor on Rossiter's move to the hoop. But yeah, those are those careless ones you can't have, especially after you create a turnover there. It's sometimes the old, stuff from mini basketball still holds. Fake a pass to make a pass. Like
basics, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make things too complicated. Work there on the sideline with Rossiter.
Jump ball call there. Work wants to keep that ball.
Listen, man, that's the way it goes in Sussex. If you're getting on, you come away with the basketball. That's how it works.
Or somebody else will.
Yeah.
Which means
give me that ball.
You'll be sitting there watching the game.
100% right.
Than staying on the court. And it's great to see, which is why there's been so many players, advanced men, guys and girls, university level out of the Sussex programs.
Yeah. Small town, big basketball. Oh, yeah, that was a kick. Monroe looking for Doucette on that roll. So that's where Trevor excels right now at that end. He sets a great screen, rolls hard, offensive rebounding. He's got to be able to be a bit of a playmaker when the ball's in his hands. It can't be, the ball can't get stuck there. So Mumberket loves what he's got. Again, another baseline move gets knocked away though. Back to Monroe and the rise and fire for three. That's a biggie. His name is Jonas from three. And the lead back to 8. Now they haven't made it any closer than this in a while. Playing catch in the perimeter. Martin out there in the wing to Tomlinson. Tomlinson, they're going to call a foul there. Didn't close it up. If they'd have closed it up tighter there and made him squeeze through even more, they probably would have gotten the travel call there, but they weren't squeezed together enough to force the turnover. Down low to Ford, who was really disruptive in the first half for the Hurricanes. In and out from three, and there's Monroe. Corral in the rebound. Looked like he got knocked around a little bit, but the ball rolled to the right guy who got it back to Jonas, and Jonas got into that lane. Couldn't get it to go. I like how aggressive Monroe's being, though, in this third quarter. Not settling.
Yeah, you can't let the Hurricanes defense set up and get solid in front of you. You've got to keep them moving so it'll create better chances to actually get the ball to the hoop.
Listen, basketball, it used to be back in the day, there was a lot of different ways to play, and there was a lot of really controlled coaching. There was a lot of play calling, specific spots to run specific plays. Now it's more free flowing. You've got to be able to do certain things to be on the floor as a basketball player. You got to be able to drive the ball to the hole. You got to be able to pass the ball. You've got to be a good ball handler. You got to be able to make a shot. If you're not solid at one of those, you got to be elite at something, defensively, rebounding to get time. Otherwise, you're played off the floor. So, these guys have, against this Hurricanes defense, you got to be able to drive the gaps and create advantages. Pretty move inside by Rosser. Couldn't get it to go, though. Good challenge from Mumberket. Wark on the push. He's going to find Norris. Yeah, just a little bit wild on that one from Wark. But hey, you clap your hands on that one, you get back and play defense. You're the one on a good run here. Back into the game for the Mounties, Hudson McGregor. McGregor was quiet in his minutes in the first half. Good shooter, though, for the Mounties. Oh, nice cut. Sideline. Getting it back out, though, to Martin. Oh, and the Hezzy baseline didn't get it to go. But then got the steal. Look, sticking his nose in there, Zachary Dawkins. not settling. The kick out to Parsons, and Parsons on the feed from Martin. Another three. Owen Parsons pushes that lead back to 10. Mumberket. Monroe wants it against Rossiter, and they should get it to him, but they settle for a long three from Norris. Gets it back. Norris now inside. He's going to reverse it in, and he does. Good drive off the offensive rebound from Hudson McGregor. Shared it right back to Norris, and he hit that gap and scored. Back to 8. Martin now. He's got an open three, doesn't want it. Steps into a 2. Nice screen from Parsons. That was too easy. Not good communication there from the Mounties defensively. Parsons wide open. Norris attacking Parsons. Good take, and he finishes with the left. That's a great matchup for Ryan Norris. He's got to attack that every time. Parsons cannot guard him in space. The kick, the three from the wing again. Dawkins, no good, but another offensive rebound, but it's knocked away. This time by the Mounties. Norris to McGregor. McGregor on the push. He's got a matchup he likes. Swings to Norris. Norris now. Monroe. Monroe's going to try another three. And one from distance. Joe Monroe. His name is Jonas, and he's going to the line for a 4-point play.
Great concentration with the defense getting physically, literally in his face on that one.
Yeah, and
great concentration.
And you've seen Joe's he's felt it with his shot today.
Yep.
Like he made that first one in the first quarter, missed his next couple. His couple of his feet weren't set. But this quarter, he's come out and he's attacked the rim a couple times, seen that ball go through the hoop, and those 2 threes that he's made, he's had those feet set. And when his feet are set from 3, he's a very solid shooter. Doesn't get the free throw to go, fights for it, knocks it off of Rossiter. The hustle from Joe Monroe. And it's a 5-point game. You can't believe it. You can't believe it's a 5-point game. Monroe's going to get a break here at the end of the third. I like this substitution. Give him an extended break here, the third quarter. Oh boy, they're having trouble getting it in, and they don't. Yeah. And Coach Mitch Weber gives a thumbs up to Jackson Wark, and I agree with him. A lot of guys, especially inexperienced guys, would have thrown that up for grabs, trying to get it in bounds. Yeah. And that's not what you want to do. Eat it. And he gets it right back. See, you get it right back defensively. Yep. So that was a smart play. That won't go noticed, but that's a smart play by Jack to take the 5-second call. Rather, you throw that up for grabs, you might give up a layup at this end. Yeah,
much better result out of that than if you just tossed the ball in and it came down.
You get them coming back against that defense. Asidu, 12 on the clock here towards the end of the third. Doesn't have anything. Gets it to Wark. Wark's got 8. Tries to call a screen over. Yeah, they're trying to call a screen. There's not enough time. Asidu's going to pop a 3. Wark tries to tap it in. And the buzzer goes at the end of a successful third quarter for the Mount A Mounties. They narrow this lead back down to 5. And strong third quarter from your big guys. Mumberket, Norris, and Joe Monroe all had their turns, scoring the ball in this quarter. Strong quarter for the Mounties, also defensively.
Defensively, they definitely tightened up the gaps that they were showing. A couple of different issues in that first half. They tightened those up a lot. Yeah. And just stayed confident on their shots on the offensive boards, and things are coming together. So it's
Nathan Ayer wants to tell you that you have a great broadcasting voice.
Thank you.
And shout out to Mike Fleming. Yes, Mike, 3 minutes into the first quarter, the first Weezer reference for the season, which, a lot of people aren't going to get because they're not old. But if anybody knows why I'm saying his name is Jonas, congratulations on that. If you don't, then I'm not going to explain it to you. Know your 90s, mid-tempo rock alternative records. That's all I got to tell you. Pick up some Weezer and learn. Shout out to Mr. Fleming, a true Hall of Fame career. I joked about my Hall of Fame career. That man had a Hall of Fame career at Mount A. Yeah. On and off the floor. So Mounties stuck 5 here. Much better position they were in at the end of the half. Stuck 12. So really, I think and I don't know if they were much better on the glass in that half, but I don't think it was a 3/4, 75%, 25% split on the rebounds in that quarter. I think they hold an advantage in other areas to the Mounties. Like I say, they got wing size, they got defensively, I think they're the better defensive team, I think, overall than the Hurricanes might be right now. So you lean on your strengths and you try to minimize the impact of maybe giving up some size for some rebounding. But yeah, I mean, I think if they can fight them sort of even or close to even on the glass in this fourth quarter and take care of the ball, I think this is a chance to have a successful first outing on your 2025-26 season. Warwick's going to start the fourth quarter along with McGregor and Norris and Mumberket and Asidu for your Mounties. Again, fans, you joined us late. Simba Bora Jr. out with an injury. Looks like Riley is banged up. Some of the guys that are playing right now are playing while banged up. So 3 from the corner is good. Jaden Martin. And a good start to the fourth quarter for the Hurricanes. Sharing is caring. Nice little drive and kick. Kept it simple to start that possession. Asidu. Wark now to Norris. Norris spins back. Oh, and the re-attack. Nice move from Ryan Norris. That left hand has been kind to him this second half. Pretty stuff from Ryan Norris. That's his advantage. When he does that step back move, they're going to assume every time he's going to go to that 3. So they're going to lunge at him.
And he's got 2 strides to a lineup, to the layup.
2 strides to the rim, exactly. Yeah. A good defensive possession, but again, can't finish it. Can the Mounties work, though? At least knocks it out of bounds.
12 on the shot clock. Great defensive play by Warwick on that one. Just interrupt things and
disrupt the rhythm.
Forcing Holland to try and reset.
Exactly. And that was Jason Tomlinson over there collecting that offensive rebound. Both the Tomlinsons have been problems on that end, Jareel and
I think we're doing
Jason.
It almost looks like officials are doing, looks like maybe an adjustment on the time on the clock. We've gone from 8:53 back up to 8:58.
There you go. And our trusty referee on hand always helps. Jaden Martin now playing screen roll with Tomlinson, not there. Attacks Norris. Norris defends him well. The kick out. Lefty 3 blocked. They can't collect it though. Yeah, there was a reset on the clock. That's got to be yes, I was going to say they're going to have to call that a 24-second violation, and they do. Ian Allen, ever the perfectionist, holds his hands, go, come on guys. His score clock crew, they can make a mistake here and there, Ian. Don't worry, they're fine.
I know. The person we've got on shot clock today, I'm actually surprised that happened.
Norris now he's going to the step back. No good, but there's Mumberket giving Holland a taste of their own medicine on the offensive glass. Asidu. McGregor. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a shot clock violation as well. Getting on the floor there was Dalrymple.
Let's see what the officials are going to come up with on this one. Because that buzzer that went would have been a shot clock violation, I'm pretty certain.
It was, yeah.
Because Holland hadn't gained control of the ball yet. And that one, if I'm not mistaken, they're just supposed to let the sucker keep going.
They are, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure whether the whistle was because of the shot clock or possibly a foul. And no, they're just... Coach Kendrick is not pleased at the moment.
Well, he wants the full clock. He doesn't just want the 14. He wants the full 24. So that's the point of discussion now. I think it's a and I don't think they're listening to him. They're going to fill in Coach Weber here on what's going on. But they haven't filled in Coach Kendrick yet. He's wondering what's going on. So he's saying the violation. He's saying the violation happened in the front court, so they only get the 14 seconds on the clock.
And Coach Kendrick is arguing the fact that they were picking a ball up, they would have had 24, even though they picked the ball up, loose ball up in their front court.
Yeah, and I get his. I get his argument too.
But
in any event, 14 on the clock for the Hurricanes. Screen and roll here. Oh, and knocked away nicely by Deverex. Deverex finds Wark. Wark with a nice find, and Mumbercat in the lay-in. And the lead is down to 4 as we approach the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter here. Bedminster about to check back in. Martin gets all the way to the glass, goes up against 3 guys, but there's Tomlinson again, or pardon me. Yes, that was Jason Tomlinson. Dawkins now, all the way over to Smith. Smith finds his man on the wing. Another offensive rebound. Tomlinson. The Tomlinson brothers just cleaning up all kinds of messes here for the Hurricanes. The pull-up from Dawkins, no good. Rebounded. 2 hands, tightly squeezed by Jonas. And he's going to attack with the left hand. Can't finish. He wanted a foul call on Dalrymple, didn't get it. I think that was a good no call. Tomlinson into Wark, and it's going to go the other way. Yes. Jackson Wark doing work down low. He got the charge that time, Ian.
Got the charge, tight call, like a tight play.
And I don't know what this is. but I'm gonna do it too. Whatever this is, the guys are obviously they got a symbol for Jackson Wark defensively, rubbing their fingers together. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna find out after the game. Mumbercat to Norris. Oh, Norris wanted him to roll. Lucky bounce there. They got it back. Now Norris. Hand off to Jackson Wark. Wark's going to attack with the right hand. Gets all the way to the rim. Can't get it to go, though. Rebound by Rossiter on the push. He's going to force his way. Yes, the spin move knocked away. Beautiful D by Norris and Mumbercat. Mumbercat has it knocked away. Gets it back from Jonas. Monroe to Mumbercat. Eminem, bring it up. 1-point game now. Here come the Mounties. Dribble handoff action out top. Dawkins. Nothing there on the attack. Yeah, that's going to get Darrell Bedminster to the line. Good attack from Bedminster. Got his body into. Not sure who that was on the foul, but it got his body into him.
Yep. It looks like it's Wark's fourth.
Yeah, Wark's fourth. So I am guessing at this point, I don't know, Mitch Weber's got a couple choices. One, part of the reason we're in this game is Wark and his energy, so let's just ride this out. Or number 2, you get him a sub for a couple of minutes, and hope he can play the last 4 or so with the fouls. But right now it's a 3-point game, and he is sticking with this 5. This 5 has done a terrific job. Oh, and a nice pull-up from Mumbercat. Oh, boy, that looked good, but in and out. Now 2-on-1, no. Norris gets back. Pull-up. 2 from Dawkins. Ice cold and running through his veins on that one. I'm not so sure in the moment I would have pulled up from there for that one. Knocked away from Mumbercat, but found its way to Deverex. Deverex has Parsons on him. Needs to go at him, and he does. Parsons with the block. Right to Monroe, though. Lays it in. 3-point game. Again, doesn't need to be pretty, but if you drive that ball to the paint, good stuff happens. The Mounties aren't settling right now. Dawkins all the way to the paint. Monroe bodies him up beautifully. Knocks it away. Jonas getting all the way to the glass. Can't get it to go. So physical. There's a little cherry pick. The old school cherry pick from Zach Dawkins. Works out beautifully. 5-point lead to the Hurricanes. Look like me on the Wednesday night scrimmage. I'm not going to run down the other end of the floor. I'm going to wait here for a layup. Worked out beautifully for Dawkins.
They'd taken a little bit longer getting that ball to him. It should have been a 3-second call.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it in just. You got the release. Got it and moved the hoop just in time on that one though.
Yeah, but a little bit of a swing there. I love that drive from Joe. I mean, he had the angle going left-handed. It was a really physical defense, but I think it was a good no call. Ball just didn't go in, and unfortunately had Dawkins all alone underneath the hoop to force that 5-point lead. But if you'd have told them, look, first quarter when they were down, when they got the second quarter, got down 14, look, you're going to be in a 5-point game with 5 minutes left, they'd have taken it. This is a real growth opportunity here for a young team. Home opener, 5-point lead. Things haven't gone your way always this game, but you've fought and kicked and bitten and clawed and stayed in it.
And both teams have stepped up their defensive pressure ridiculously.
Yep.
But we've only, up to this point, 3/4 of the way through the second half, we've only had 7 fouls.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
There was 3 and 2 the first. I think it was 3 and 2 for the third quarter.
You're
and
right.
1-1 so far here. 5 minutes left.
Yep.
Which means both teams they're stepping in. They're playing aggressive defense, but they're still staying under, for the most part, staying under control.
And I've called out a couple of calls that I disagreed with, but largely this has been a very well refereed game.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And more than it's been equal both ways. It's been physical, but it hasn't gone over any lines at all. It's been just solid. Mumberkett with the pullback. Oh, that's gorgeous. Lance doing Lance things. That's nice, and the lead is down to 3. Oh boy, Wark. Good help defense, though, from Joe. I was going to say Jackson Wark doesn't get beat at the point of attack very often. Dawkins got him. But Joe, with a nice rotation, forced a miss. Big one. Big miss. They have a chance to tie here with a 3. Dawkins watching Monroe closely. Monroe to Mumberkett. He's only got 5 on the clock. Monroe's going to throw up a deep 3. Comes up short. Back to Holland. And again, this is a defensive battle right now. You clap your hands. You say, let's get it right back. Get another stop. And the Mounties able to put some size on these small guards as well. Monroe forced Parsons out away further from the hoop that he wanted. Wark steps in and takes that pass away. Tremendous stuff from Monroe at the point of attack. Oh, the share from Norris. Wide open 3 from Joe, back rim, but it bounces to Brennan Deverex. Deverex smartly back out to Joe. He's got Parsons on him. Doesn't want to take him, wants to 3, and ties the game at 76. 3.5 left. His name is Jonas, and he's tied the score. Solid job by Mumberkett on Dawkins. Oh boy, I thought that was going to be a steal the other way. They've done a really good job on this guy in the second half. Splitting the defense nicely. That time was Bedminster. Good ball movement from the Hurricanes. Solidly done on the defensive end by the Mounties, but the Hurricanes, undeterred, shared the ball very well. Got that second, third, fourth, fifth pass, and Bedminster got 2 feet in the paint. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws, try to give the Hurricanes the lead back, but momentum certainly on the side of the Mounties at the moment. And we'll check the old out-of-town scoreboard here. I've been negligent in my duties here, ACAA fans. Of course, last night, if you haven't checked out the 1-point win in by Crandall over these Holland Hurricanes, I would go check that one out. That was an entertaining game. Stu beat Mount St. Vincent 108-93 in a spirited clash, we'll call that one. And UMBSJ today has downed the Mount 104-88. They had to play without Kellen Tynes. Today did Mount St. Vincent. Stu 115-89 over the King's College squad. And today, of course, now 76-76. Next games, next Saturday, Crandall visits Mount A. We'll be here on the call for you for that one. UMBSJ goes down to King's College. and Holland visits the Mount. And then on Sunday, UMBSJ in here for the third of the homestand to start the season for your Mounties. Crandall visits Stu. So next weekend. So don't just, if you're enjoying our call here on ACAA.TV, make sure you check out more than just these games. Seek out other ACAA games. Support the league. More eyes on these things, these games, the better. We certainly appreciate everybody out there in PEI and New Brunswick and everywhere else tuning in. 1 for 2 at the line for Bedminster.
Just to follow a little bit on your Stu comment, St. Thomas women's volleyball team is in the building now. They'll be playing at against Mount A at 6 o'clock for,
there you go.
for the volleyball home opener.
Ooh, nice. Thank you for that one. I'm a volleyball guy, too.
Oh, I know. I remember.
Monroe had to force one up against the clock. Not the offensive possession you wanted out of that timeout if you're Coach Mitch Weber, for sure. But shake it off. 3 minutes left. Parsons and Rossiter and Tomlinson and Dawkins and I forgot somebody. Bedminster, pardon me, the 5 for Holland College. Monroe down there banging with Parsons. Wark coming over, knocked it out of his hands, but out off of Jackson Wark. So it's Deverex and Mumberket.
7 on the shot clock, too, so yeah.
Yeah, and only 7 on the clock, and Wark and Joe Monroe here. They get it right into Parsons. Oh, boy. That was a good pass and catch. Monroe was being physical with him down there. He's so wide.
Don't know how you can defend that.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So look, this is what they're going to struggle with this year, is not having a gigantic inside presence inside to battle with the Parsons and other guys in this league. But what they do have is size at all the other positions.
On the wings, yeah.
They had size everywhere else.
Yeah.
So they can go to these lineups with Deverex, who's really good moving his feet and a really good shooter, playing against a point guard, right? You can have these long lineups, but you're going to have to battle against, a big guy down there who's able to just carve out space like that and get a right-handed layup.
On the offensive line, because not being able to set up that same level of low post offense, it's still a matter of you still have to drive just to get into the key, and if their defense is collapsing on you, be prepared to kick it out.
Yeah.
And to a man, I don't know if we can get a lineup out there where there isn't a legitimate outside shooter.
No, for sure. And that is for sure. And that is what the Mounties have done a much better job today than in some of the preseason games is creating good shots. They've created good shots today. They've had some of those possessions where they've gotten stilted and had to throw up one against the clock, for sure. Early in the season, young team, all that stuff, make all the excuses you want. Coaches wouldn't, but I think that's part of what, as an educated observer of this league for a long time, as you and I are, these young teams, they take a while to unlock what they are, their identity. I mean, you look at the team that that's a turnover. Boy, that didn't look like it was off the Mounties, but I didn't have as good a look as the refs did. That surprised me that it's going the other way, but it is. But you look at the year a couple years ago that we went to the national semifinals. That team started 1-6 or whatever we started there, and found an identity. And this team will find its identity. It's just a matter of when. And this is an encouraging start, no matter how these last 3 minutes go.
Yeah, and that semifinal against Georgia Brown that year was probably the best basketball game in the entire tournament.
Yeah, it was tremendous.
Insane.
Yeah. And we. So this, the hang, can't finish, but they're going to put him on the line. Yeah, that's a good call. It's a late call, but it was the right call. I think they were, and the refs do, sometimes the refs do, they have to do that. They have to wait. Sometimes fans will get on referees for late calls sometimes, but sometimes you've got to pause for a second to make sure that your eyes have told you the eyes are telling you the proper thing, right? You've got to, you can, especially late in a game like this, you got to make sure that call is correct.
Exactly, and you'd also get hear a lot of officials take heat for making calls when they're the furthest official from the incident.
Yeah.
But they were the only one that actually had a legitimate spacing between the offensive and defensive players.
Oh, for sure.
They'll usually hold long enough until see if the official that's on that area has it.
Yep.
If they don't, then they'll make the call.
Nice play. That was excellent job from Mumberket. Was able to hang in the air and get that shot off. Again, it doesn't need to be pretty. You're just getting that 2 feet in the paint. That's a couple of times Joe's just been able to clean up, air balls from missed layups. But that's a nice feed inside to Tomlinson on the lay-in.
Yeah, tough bat.
Pardon me, really Smith on the lane.
Great layup on that one, pushing up through the contact on the defense, too.
Monroe gets to Wark. Wark's going to pop a three. He wants it. Can't get it to go, though, but there's Joe. Mumberket working weak side. Beautiful stuff by Mumberket. And pardon me, I was right. That was Jareel Tomlinson on that finish. Excuse me. There's Mumberket, comes clear again and gets it to go. Spinning finish, and it's back to a one-possession game. So this is the most important defensive possession of the game here for the Mounties. Parsons at the top, gets it at the high post and kicks it right back out. They want to run some clock here. The danger is, do you run too much clock and then you're against it? Deverex picks off that cross-court pass, and the Mounties can tie it with a three. Joe wants it, takes it, doesn't get it to go though. Oh boy, that's a great shot if it goes in and ties the score. Now they need another stop. Really entertaining first home game here for the Mount Allison Mounties. Dawkins now, and they're against the clock again. Only 6 seconds. They got to pop a three from the wing. Norris with the great closeout and the good box out there by the Mounties. Now it's 20 seconds left, and they need a three to tie. They can't hold it. They can't get the last shot be a three. Now they need a three now, and they're going to get a three-pointer, I think. They're going to get three shots. Did he? Yes, he did. Boy, that was, I don't know how to describe that. They were kind of looking around. That was a weird play-in. Like, that's with 15 seconds left, 20 seconds left. You don't want to hold for a final shot when you're three down. You want to push it, get a good one, because there's no guarantees of a, you want to, and so it was just a confusing kind of sequence, and they waited late, and then they got it to the wing, and Ryan Norris just shot fake, step in, took a three, and got hit. Now he's got three, and he misses the first. So now he's got to make one. I think the strategy here with 5 left, I don't think you can trust to get the ball back. You got to make one and miss. Oh, and he's missed the second. He's missed the second. Now maybe you do miss. Now maybe you do make this one. Yeah, makes this one. Now he's got to foul quick. Don't hang your head because you missed them. You got to foul quick. Now they got to hope for a miss, and Norris is going to be frustrated with himself because he is. And now here's the problem. Now here's the problem with so few fouls being called. Now you got to foul multiple times just to put them on the line, and it's gonna really. Problem is now it's gonna run out most of this 3.3 seconds left, just fouling them to get them to the line. So wow, just kind of a chaotic ending there. I didn't know how to call that. It was so confusing in the moment. You're thinking, all right, they're going to attack. 20 seconds left. They're down 3. They're going to attack. Okay, try to get a 2, foul, put them on the line. Right? They slow play it. They get it back to Mumberket. Mumberket, with 12 seconds left, starts an angle attack toward the sideline, not to the basket. Hands it off to Norris. Lance is wide open in the corner, so I think Norris is going to hand it back to him. But he just goes, you know what? This guy is up in my business. I'm just going to put the ball on the floor once and force it up. It works out great, gets the line for 3 free throws. And then, boy, missed the first, so it made everything else sort of inconsequential a little bit because these fouls, now they got to put them on the line. And they need 3 more fouls, and they only have 3.3 seconds on the clock. So this is going to end in a disappointing finish here for your Mounties after a solid effort to come back from where they got down against a pretty good Holland College team.
Yeah, and Mounties are going to be a little frustrated with this result based on how the game's finished up.
Yeah.
But the thing is that there's nothing to hang your head about. It's first game of the season, first home game in here. Everybody stepped their game up and gotten stronger and stronger as the game went along. Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing but good things in sight coming down through the rest of the season.
Yeah. Look, they had some rough games in the preseason where they just couldn't score the ball. And they struggled defensively as well. I think there's things to build on for both defensively and offensively. They're going to, I mean, they were signaling here for a intentional foul there. I think Ryan's just, he had to foul him really fast. So kind of had to run him over. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. That is the Mount. I was looking at the Hurricanes fouls. Pardon me, fans. That is the Mounties' 5th foul. So, yes, they will get some sort of a chance here, only with misses. But they need a miss. So they're going to need a miss and a rebound and a miracle shot here to send it to overtime. Can Darrell Bedminster just put this one to bed right now? He cannot. Mumberkett on the rebound. Up to at the buzzer. Norris, no, and it's long. They got exactly what they wanted, and I think Ryan rushed that a little bit. Oh. He had a full second by the time he got it. I think he just rushed it a little bit, and he's going to be disappointed with his end of the game. But he was great in the second half. So was Joe Monroe. So was Mumberkett and the rest of this squad. We got to again shout out Jackson Wark for his defensive prowess today. So that a lot to build on, Mounties fans. That's a young team that played a really strong second half against a pretty solid Holland College team. That's going to be a problem once they collectively get together too. We don't want to undersell that fact. This Holland College team, they recycle a lot of players every year, just the nature of their programs over there. So they they're going to gel a little better. They're going to look a lot better. So the Holland College, 2 close games in 2 days. They're going to be happy to go home with a split. The Mounties 0-1 to start the season, but 2 games next weekend, fans. We'll see you here next Saturday and Sunday. For Dave Tingley on ACAA TV, Ian, nice doing the game with you, pal. We'll see you next week.
It's been fun, and it's going to be a good. This looks like it's going to be a good. It'll be a lot of exciting ball on the court for this season.
Yep. So, fans, thanks for joining us. We'll see you here next Saturday.